people that are out here because they are hurting, they are broken.
True justice is the bullets back in the gun and the people alive.
I can't take it no more.
Denise Justice lost 2 of her sons to gun violence. She's one of many who are left only to pray for the families impacted, knowing what it feels like to be in their shoes.
I cannot get my sons back. Don't tell me it's easy. Don't tell me it's going to get better, because it's not.
So here we go. As you can see in these videos, this actually represents the pain and the trauma that our people actually suffer and go through. A lot of times when the cameras are rolling, you get a chance to see people protesting and see the march and to see all this kind of stuff, but nobody will see what happens the next day and the next week and 6 months down the line when you have these murders in our communities, murders, stabbings, rapings, all kinds of stuff. The black community, they expect the black community to just move on and go on as if nothing happened. You just go on with your life. I mean, you know, there's a double homicide on the block on Monday. They clean the blood up, and then by 4:30 in the afternoon, everybody's outside playing and acts as if nothing happened. That's the black community. We suffer from all kinds of PTSDs and traumas. But let's look at some more of this footage, and we'll come right back.
5 victims killed on Monday. It was at those spots. Raw emotions poured out.
Listen, they had names. And so we just can't overlook that.
Yes.
Enough is enough.
Yes.
Along the route, we stopped and spoke with Shoshana Baldy. She was fighting back tears and frustration.
To hear, you know, such horrible news
and
every single day, every second of the day. Yeah. You know, it's like it gotta stop. It gotta stop.
I'm a therapist and I work in different neighborhoods, and when I leave my families, I'm looking behind my back. I can't live like that.
We are brokenhearted over this situation, God.
Also in the crowd was Dwight Olds, who was begging anyone who might have issues to seek help through him.
I'm out here to show my support, to let our community know that we're here to help. And we're going to be out here every day around his youth, around the communities, letting them know that we're here to help them.
But there's a sickness and the pain and the trauma that permeates through the black community. And these are things that we got to talk about. And this is stuff that I highlight. And highlighting this kind of stuff is not fashionable. Nobody wants to really see this. It's not going to get millions and thousands of views. But this is the stuff that we complain about every day, all day within our communities. Murders, our wayward children, our girls out of control, our boys out of control. You know what I mean? You know, it's just not being safe in the communities that we live in. And you know, somebody has to highlight it. When I say death to the real N-word or bad bees, I'm not talking about killing nobody. I'm talking about killing that N-word consciousness and your mind. I can't teach you until I convince you that you're not an N-word. We behave towards each other the same way these people has historically behaved towards us, and we traumatize each other. You see that image of that mama holding up pictures of her sons that were brutally slain. But how many parents are carrying that same burden in these areas that we come from? It's crazy. But let's look at this one thing and then we'll come back.
Happening now, it has been 3 days since that mass shooting in King-Sessing, and tonight the father of one of the survivors is talking about how his 13-year-old son had been gunned down and shot in the legs. No one has been getting any sleep as his son is still in the hospital tonight. It is a story you'll only see on Fox 29. Here's Marcus Espinoza.
Just 3 days after a gunman opened fire randomly on several people in the King-Sessing neighborhood, the biggest question that remains is why. He left 5 people dead, but also 2 others injured. I spoke with the father of the 13-year-old who survived, and he says his son now faces a future that he never expected.
I honestly wish it was me. Like, I wanted to I'd have took them shots for my son.
Rafiq Fitzgerald instead takes shifts, watching over his injured son at the hospital with his mother. It's been like this since they both found out their 13-year-old boy had been shot multiple times, and what they'd later find out was a random mass shooting event.
The guy, if I'm correct, he turned the corner and shot my son first, twice in the legs, and he proceeded to stand over him.
His son would then roll under a car after being shot just to save his own life. He's one of only 2 gunshot survivors of the killing spree from Monday.
As of right now, he haven't even been able to to walk and go to the bathroom.
His father beyond confused why someone would open fire on a child.
Again, for nothing. Like, my son, what did he do? What did them kids do? Nothing. All he was just in his night trying to grab some snacks from that store.
Fitzgerald says his son hasn't really grasped just what's happened to him or the fact that he's forever now a survivor of a mass shooting. He lost more than his innocence that night, too, watching his best friend DeJuan Brown die right in front of him. For his dad, he's grateful beyond words his son is still here and alive, but his heart bleeds for the families who will never see their loved ones ever again.
I can just imagine what they're going through. My heart and my condolences go out to them, and I just can imagine, and I wish it was something I could do.
In Northeast Philadelphia, Marcus Espinoza, Fox 29 News.
Now, how do you expect the father to get over something like that when his young teenager was shot up and he's still living, but he can't process what happened to him? This is the black community, man. We're all still trying to process this trauma, man. And a lot of times I've learned the reason why these videos don't get attention, because a lot of times we're in pain. And then we've been conditioned to celebrate stuff that's going to kill us as a remedy to try to make us feel better. But it's not really doing anything but hurting us even more. We gotta start having these conversations and discussing what's killing us. And discussing what we've been conditioned to celebrate. Because we're bringing out more death. We're bringing about more pain. But this is just an exercise that I just wanted to show you what really goes on off camera, offline, and the pain that our people are suffering from and going through. So leave your comments in the comment section. Make sure you hit that like button so we can start producing more type of content that's going to be a healing process, delivering us from our struggles and the things that ails us. So remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.